Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Night's Watch. My name is Graham, and today we're going to be talking about my top 10 figures in my collection that were released in the year 2023. This is just a fun video that I've done in the past. I like to do at the end of the year just to kind of review the figures that came out that are in my collection and which ones are at the top of the list. So without further ado, let's get going. But before we do, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss any new content coming your way. Also have Wolfpack Wednesday on Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. A great stream with myself, Dilo the Collector, Brick Artemis, and Evil Sneaker. Let's start with number 10, and it's going to be the Black Panther figure that was released this year from Hot Toys. It's kind of the ultimate Black Panther. It's kind of the more traditional suit, but the body proportions are much improved, and it's kind of like your all-in-one Black Panther set. Like, you get the head sculpt, you get a bunch of shields and spears and an empty mask and stuff like that. Like, it's just the ultimate edition, and it's a really good figure. Is it like head and shoulders above like Civil War to me? No, but it is better, and I do like that you get all of the options where Civil War was really stripped down. The Solo movie suit wasn't my favorite. The body proportions were very narrow and slender, so that wasn't my favorite either. So this is kind of like the best of both worlds. However, I just feel like it's a great figure, and it didn't blow me away. It wasn't different enough to just blow me away like some of these other figures. So for that reason, it's going to be coming in at number 10. Number 9 is going to be Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian. This is also a great figure. I really do like the deepfake head sculpt here of Luke. The hair is a little, I don't want to say suspect. It's good, but something about it. It looks like a really good Luke. It's my number 2 Luke. And when we talk about head sculpts, I still think Bespin is number 1, and we probably be talking about that figure coming up here. But no, it's great. It could be a stand-in for Return of the Jedi, but it comes with the cloak, which is an amazing piece. Comes with the Dark Trooper that's all crinkled up, you know, with the deluxe, and you get a lot of cool stuff with it. It's just Luke Skywalker. It was such a pivotal moment in Mandalorian Season 2 that it was just such an amazing scene, and it was something we really haven't been able to experience before with Luke Skywalker, with all the technology and CGI that we have nowadays. And then the deep fake was just another cool aspect. So this figure looks great. The figure comes with a lot. It is a DX, which is great too. So I've added the CCFL green lightsaber with it too, and it just puts this figure over the top. So this is another one of my favorite additions for the collection in 2023. Number 8 is a character that I'm getting for Christmas that I don't technically have yet, but I have opened her and inspected the figure just to make sure everything was adequate and, you know, nothing was broken. So this is something I've seen with my very own eyes, and Fennec is a work of art. It's tough to put her ahead of Luke, because Luke carries a little bit more weight when it comes to like the character, but at the same time we also have more characters of Luke Skywalker. We have more figures of Luke Skywalker, where we only have one Fennec, and she did a great job in The Mandalorian, in Book of Boba, and the head sculpt again is just a work of art. It was done extremely well to the actress. It looks spot on. There's really nothing I can see that's wrong with it. The figure itself is cool. You get the helmet, you get the rifle, you get the spotchka, you get the whole 9 yards. And I can't wait to have this figure posed up on my Boba Fett throne. She's gonna look amazing. She does look amazing, and it's tough because you're kind of splitting hairs when you're talking about some of these figures being above the other ones. But I think because there's only one Fennec figure, I would put her ahead of Mando Luke in this list. Coming in at number 7 is a figure that I almost forgot about because it came out in January of 2023, and that's going to be Wonder Woman 1984. Now, we did get the WB100 Wonder Woman, which I do think the head sculpt blows this one out of the water, but that thing is very limited, and this one is still a really solid figure. Like, there are some things that hold it back, like it doesn't come with a sword or a shield, and I understand, I get it, that's movie accurate. She didn't have that in Wonder Woman 84. But there is a better version that came out this year. I don't have it though, so obviously that one's not going to be on the list, but I still think this head sculpt is really good, and I do think the sculpted hair was done really well. You know, there's no futzing with it. You don't have to worry about it. It does restrict, you know, articulation in the neck a bit, but I do like this figure a lot, and the colors on the outfit pop the body, the new body is amazing. It's got this real weight to it. It's got some heft to it. The silicone body looks really good. The proportions are amazing. So, you know, while a lot of us missed out on the WB 100 Wonder Woman, this one is no slouch, and I do think this is your best alternative to anything else that's out there. It's a really good one that you could be proud to have in your collection. So for that reason, that's where I'm ranking Wonder Woman 84 at number 7. Number 6 is a figure that a lot of people were saying when it came out that this could be figure of the year, and that could very well be. But it's CAD Bane for me, and this answered a lot of prayers to fans of the animation series. You know, when are we going to get a CAD Bane? And, you know, we're getting one from Book of Boba Fett. We've got one. And there's really nothing I can do to complain about this figure. The sculpt is fire. The 3 faceplates you get are amazing. The red eyes really stand out. The outfit, the Western outfit, is really cool. It's like this space alien Clint Eastwood type of figure, and comes with these awesome Western blasters. The tailoring on the outfit is simply amazing. The articulation is great as well. There's just a lot here, and he just looks amazing and menacing in the collection. There's just nothing wrong with this figure, but the reason why he's a little bit lower on this list is just the character value to me, not necessarily the figure, but the character itself. He's a great side character for me. I haven't been big into the animation series, so just seeing him in Book of Boba Fett, he was a badass, but there's just other characters on this list that just mean more to me. All right, so now we're coming into our top 5, and this is getting exciting for me. Again, all these figures are great. They're all in my collection. At number 5 is going to be Bespin Luke, and I know this one, when it was released, had a lot of backlash with the photos and the head sculpt and the lack of weathering on the figure, but there is something about this figure that I love. I think the head sculpt is the best Luke Skywalker head sculpt we've gotten to date, and I know my friend Dilo, he said Snow Speeder Luke was, and I think this is much better, but that's just my honest opinion there. I love the outfit. I love the movie, The Empire Strikes Back. I love the scene in Cloud City where Luke is, you know, taking on Darth Vader and he's searching for him and whatnot. So it's just iconic. And I love the hair pieces that we get. We get the normal hair piece, but then we get the sweaty hair piece, and I really like that one. That's one I haven't posed with, but I know this isn't part of the figure, but the CCFL lightsaber posed up with this guy, the way the blue shines off the face, it just makes it look so authentic, so cool. I know some people aren't on board with CCFL, and I wasn't either, but man, I sure am now, and they are amazing, and they really put the figure over the top. But the base itself that it does come with is great. It lights up. You can do different things with it. I mean, it's USB-C powered, so like you can have it on all the time. Like, that's a big deal, and Hot Toys is finally starting to do that, and that's really impressive to me. So I love this figure so much. I would love to rank them higher, but there's so many good figures that came out in 2023. Number 4 is one of my most anticipated figures of 2023. It came in at number 2 on my most anticipated. At times, it felt like number 1. And it's going to be Peacemaker. And this was a surprise for me because I went through a lot of ups and downs with this figure, a lot of waves. You know, I wasn't thinking, you know, anything of Peacemaker until I saw the show, and I was so blown away with how funny and how well done it was. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. So I was all in. I was like, we need a Peacemaker. So I was waiting. Then we got one. But we saw it, and it had the jointed body and the small body, like the Bane body from years ago. Only the open mouth head sculpt, and everybody was just like, what the hell is this? Like, what is Hot Toys trying to pull on us? I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. Like, I was like, it's probably my only shot at Peacemaker, but I'm really not happy with how it looks. So I wasn't sure. But then Hot Toys, thankfully, they fixed it. They gave us the seamless arms, the bigger body, a second faceplate for, you know, more of a neutral look to Peacemaker. And the figure is so fun. It's colorful. It stands out on the shelf. It looks a lot like John Cena. It's different. He's got a lot of weapons. Unfortunately, you gotta, you know, break that pistol out of that holster, which is another thing I don't want to get into on this video. But comes with an axe, comes with a sword. He gets eagly, you know, which is a lot of fun. So comes with a different shield, face shield, or a face helmet. So there's just a lot to love with this character and this figure, and there's a lot to do. He poses pretty easily too. Only the arms are seamless, so you don't have to worry about like the shoulder joint being ripped or anything with how you're going to pose him. So there's a lot you can do here. He is just imposing on the shelf, and he looks so good. So he's coming in at number 4 for me. Okay, guys, number 3 is one maybe that I'm still riding the high of getting a little bit, but I live in the moment. We're living in the moment right now. So this one at number 3 is going to be TVA Loki. I know what you're saying. There's so many Lokis out there. What makes this one so good? I think the head sculpt is amazing. I've seen this head sculpt and I was in love. I mean, the smiling one is really good too, but there's something about this neutral head sculpt that I really liked. And the outfit doesn't blow you away. It doesn't stand out as much as maybe some other figures, but it's so well done. And it's tailored so well, and it looks great. And he comes with so many accessories, especially for not being a DX. I just did a review on this. If you want, you go check that out. It comes with Miss Minutes, 2 Miss Minutes, a computer, his Tampad system, his the magic effects, a bunch of different hands, a bunch of different swords and daggers. Like, he comes with so much cool stuff. You can do so much with this figure, and it comes with the TVA coat. You can do different looks with them. But I think aesthetically, this figure looks amazing. I wasn't the biggest Loki fan until I started watching the TV series, and I will admit, when I started watching Ragnarok, I started growing a little bit more on Loki, But the series really, his arc is amazing, and it really made me fall in love with the character. And Tom Hiddleston does such a great job. So, man, my number 3 in the moment is TVA Loki. It is such a solid piece. It is sold out pretty much everywhere, so you may have a hard time finding it. Luckily, I was able to find it at my local comic book store, but don't sleep on this figure. Okay, guys, there's only 2 left, and we're gonna go with number 2 here, and it's another surprise to me. It's one that I overlooked when it was announced, maybe because it was another Iron Man figure, and maybe because it was limited, so I figured there's no shot in hell that I was going to be getting it. But it's the Iron Man Mark 7, the D100 anniversary. The colors on this Iron Man, first off, the suit is one of my favorite suits, the Mark 7. I had the original Mark 7 before, sold it, regret it. Now I have this one, so we've kind of righted that wrong. And the color scheme, they took out the gold, and it's just like a silver and a deep cherry red, and it shines. There's no blemishes at all, which, you'd like to say, hey, I want some weathering just to make it look a little bit more realistic. But with this, you love how clean and crisp it is. The base is really cool. You get the Marvel plate on the front, just kind of like a great centerpiece to anybody's collection. So this is definitely one that I was so stoked to get. My guy, Hawk at Hawk Wars Toys, hooked me up with this D100, and I couldn't be happier. It's nice to have like a full-on Iron Man in the collection as well, that's pristine and like at the top of his game. So super happy. He comes in at number 2. All right, number 1, there's a technicality here. I don't technically have it in hand. This is my most anticipated figure of 2023. And some of you might be like, how can you even rate this number 1? You don't even have it in your collection yet. And I say, don't care. This is my list. I've seen videos. I've seen pictures. I've been waiting a year and 9 months for this figure to get into my collection. I still don't have it, but I am salivating at the chance to get him in. And it's going to be the Batman. I wish I had him in hand. This is figure of the year for me. The Robert Pattinson face plates, the likeness, it looks great. The detail in the cowl, in the bat suit, the accessories you get, the deluxe, the base, you get so many weapons, as you should with Batman. It's just one of those films that I loved, and I know it's not for everybody, and it's a different take on Batman. It's more of a detective take. I love the movie, and it's one of those that I know some people can't watch over and over again, but I can. And I just thought Robert Pattinson blew me away with how well he did playing the role, and this figure really portrays that. It brings it to life for me. It's almost as real as you can get when it comes to a 1/6 scale figure. I have the bat cycle coming too, so that will just add to the display. But I love Batman, and Batman's my number 1, and he always has been, always will be. So I think that carries a lot of weight with this as well. Anytime a Batman figure comes that I want, I lose sleep over it. Like 89 Batman is coming. I'm so excited for that. I had the original, but like I want this one too. So it's just, I'm so excited. So the Batman would be my number 1. It's only sad that I couldn't get him in time. He is on pre-order. Just haven't gotten that email yet that he's coming. So those are my top 10 figures. The Batman comes in at number 1. Whew, that was a good video. Let me know what you guys thought about it. If you guys liked the video, if you guys thought something was just way out of whack with my ranking. Obviously, this is just my personal choice, so this is my thoughts on it. Doesn't mean it's fact or, you know, one figure's better than the other for that reason. It's just kind of the value that they hold to me. So let me know what your guys' top 5 is or top 10 in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Hope you have a great holiday season this year. Merry Christmas to everybody. And until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.